but life is a testimony for the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forever. See when it comes my blessings, I knew one by one it's clear to see. My life is a testimony, yeah. For the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forevermore. Say my love, my joy. It's the morning when around. Praise my love, my joy. For all you've done, and for all that you do, for all that you will do. My love, my joy. My love, my joy. My love, my joy. My love, my joy. Oh, my love, my joy. My love, my joy. For all you've done, and for all that you will do. My love, my joy. My love, my joy. My love, my joy. You are listening to Starr I will sing, I will dance, I will shout for joy. I will sing, I will shout for joy. Yeah, morning and only my life. We got me tree family. We got me tree family. I will sing, I will dance, I will shout for joy. Morning and only my life. We got me tree family. I will sing, I will sing, I will shout for joy. My joy, yeah. My joy. Oh my, that's a song that I just came by. There's something this morning and I came across that I will sing. I mean, acknowledging everything that God has done for him since he was born. And I know for sure that you got a testimony to give as well. Well, at least, but for nothing, throughout the week, all the challenges and the difficult that you've been through, you've still been there. Somewhere, somehow, you survived it. Now, everybody to survive that, I tell you that all things are possible. It is not going what 8 minutes past 11 now as we wait for Mr. Live because to join in. The new Abiodun says, why nature not going back? You know why nature is talking about Yoruba? Yeah. Okay. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. For all that God has done and what he will do, you have to sing unto his name or sing praises to his name. My life is a testimony for the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forever. See when it comes my blessings, I knew one by one it's clear to see. My life is a testimony, yeah, for the hope and the joy that the world can take away. I will sing of your love forevermore. Say my love, my
trifeni bala. I will sing, I will dance, I will shout for joy. Mommy get on me mala, make me trifeni bala. I will sing, I will shout for joy. Yeah, mommy get on me mala, make me trifeni bala. I will sing, I will dance, I will shout for joy. Mommy get on me mala, make me trifeni bala. I will sing, I will shout for joy. Mama joy, mama joy. Early in the morning when I rise, mama joy. For all you've done, and all that you will do. Mama joy, mama joy, mama joy. You've been good to me, God. I will sing of the love of your peace and your joy. My life, my joy, my life, my life, my life, my joy, my life, my joy, my life, my joy, my life, my joy.
Welcome back to the program. I will sing unto the Lord for all that He has done for me. Did you feel some church in here? All right then. Yes, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yes, and it's now gone. What? 12 minutes past the top of the hour. I can see that we have Mr. Koiki, but I can't see him. I can see him. So, Yummy, where are you? I can't see you. Okay, so let me see you. Let me see you. You've got to go back for me to see him there. Can't see him. Oh, okay. I think I'm at the verge of seeing him. I'm at the verge of seeing him. What if we commercial break and then we come back?
Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land which you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Accra, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Muneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive to Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Crawford Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. Our US and Canada offices call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:14 from the House of London. It is the Friday edition of the morning show, and as I said, so Koiki has joined in, and I'm going to go straight to him. Where he's bringing us the updates from our North London city. So let me say, Yummy, good morning to you.
It's thank God it's Friday. Like I always say from here, it is a bright Friday morning, the 24th of September 2021. Is exactly 40 minutes past, as you say. And it is still far your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I say a very good morning to all our listeners from around the globe and those that are listening to us back in Nigeria that are paying quite a lot of data to listen to us because they want to catch up what is happening because it can only be given to them right on this station, especially the morning show.
Yes, how are you doing, sir?
Well, as always, I always say we continue to give thanks. I'm doing very well. After yesterday, a very long day, I finally got back home just before 7 p.m. after I left you and Frank back after the morning show. We did quite a lot of, few things that we might talk about, during the course of this program. But I'm doing very well, and I can say the weather is quite bright and sunny outside.
Yes, I can feel the weather when I was coming through. I was like, okay, it's going to be a sunny day, and I could look. I mean, those who are planning barbecues and all that, I think that's the last one before autumn sets into big day while the sun shines. But it is not really okay. Not planning studios, so like we can We're joined by Frank and today and many us a bit of insight to that.
Well, the day has finally arrived. So, in just about 3 hours from now, New York time, President Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will be given his own opportunity to address the United Nations General Assembly. Quite a lot of expectation, from quite a lot of different stakeholders in Nigeria. I mean, the president, is set to address this 76th session of the high-level general debate of the UN General Assembly in New York. At just about, New York time is 9 a.m., but it will be about 2 p.m. here in UK, where we're gonna be transmitting it as well for those that will be following that as well. What are the expectations? Buhari speak to the theme of the assembly and the global issues. The theme for the 76th session is building resiliences through hope to recover from COVID-19, rebuild sustainable, respond to the needs of the planet, respect the right of the people, and revitalize the United Nations. It's gonna be interesting as you can see that some of those themes that the president will be talking on for 15 minutes. It's got a lot to discuss as well.
I hope that people will listen. I definitely you have to listen to it, but I tell you all the time, if you don't know or listen to what he says, how can you know whether it's good or whatever he said and there is substance in it, or you can criticize it? You need to listen, make sense of what is going on. But let's look at the what do you call it, the protest that will be preceding his arrival into the chamber or the hall for that statement to be made. How are the protesters have been clearing up planning so far? How has it all been?
Well, it's gonna be a multiple. We've seen what we should be expecting. In the last 72 hours, when the first, video and images came out to indicate that, some of those that believe that Nigeria is working, but only for us to have a bit of background to them that they were, individuals that were probably not even Nigerians, but were paid for that purpose. I can also confirm that one was interviewed yesterday, and he categorically said putting on a Nigerian outfit with a flag and a banner that says, there's no genocide in Nigeria. But he said, I was paid to do the job. And that indicates that definitely there's a hit of what is actually ongoing already from the 14th and the 15th of the organized peaceful protest. I remember when Biden was making his way, into the UN building. There was also one of our, comrade that was screaming, and eventually we had a kind of interaction that was between himself and some of the SSS that paraded in that particular ground. He was asked question and he gave the reason why they were there, even though they got the permit. That shows that the effect of those present at that protest ground is making a big impact. But that is going to be doubling up today, because today is the real day that the president himself will be speaking, and he would have to drive through that same corridor to get there. The only difference is we don't have that DSS, the military of the Nigerian, the hot water, to chase them away as they've done so in the past. I can say to you that we still have about 200 Nigerians that were protesting during the end SARS. As I speak today, the 24th of September 2021, still being held at one of the highest criminal prison known as Kirikiri today since last year.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, listeners, so like updates from Nigeria. Not to worry, we'll be having Frank. He's all seated. He's getting himself ready. Once he's ready, I'll put him on for him to also bring his greetings to you. But wherever you are, let's go to the other stories that is making the rounds from Nigeria. Mr. Olaibikoiki, over to you.
Well, what is going on in Nigeria? Let's first come back to to UK, because yesterday, a lot of Nigerians were probably waking up this morning, or if they were following the social media like we do as a Star Radio UK to monitor what is happening. One of the Nigerian artifacts known as the Benin bronze, is still right here, in UK. And when the culture secretary, was interviewed yesterday, about it, this is what he has to say on that particular bronze that is in the British Museum as at today. Let's hear what he has to say. And
I began by asking him whether he thought the stolen Benin bronzes should be owned by Nigeria. Well, I think that they properly reside in the British Museum. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we should work with the government in Nigeria to see how we can share it with them. Forgive me, and I understand sharing, but they were stolen. Do you not think that they should be owned by the people that they were stolen from in the first place? Well, I think that the problem with this, and of course, if we go back to things that happened in the 19th century and judge them by our values of today, it's completely unacceptable. But my concern about this is, where do you actually draw the line with this? The collections of our great national institutions have been developed over many, many centuries, in many times in questionable circumstances. I think the question now is about what we do with these. I love the Benin bronzes. I've seen them many times throughout my life, and I think them being in the British Museum, which is a world repository of heritage, allows people to see it, but that doesn't stop us from sharing it. Okay, but ownership is key, right? And the Nigerians say that if, when they get them back, they would almost certainly be happy to loan them back to you. But the fundamental problem is that they were stolen from the Nigerians and they want to own them. I completely
Well,
accept
let me just
that
pause
they
it
were
there for a while. I mean, this is one out of the 4,000, Benin artifact, and not just Benin. I mean, we have, Oriolokun that belongs to the Yoruba, and also so many other artifacts that were stolen, back then. But what I can confirm is it seems one of the university in Aberdeen, at the beginning of last year in May, have decided that they will return the one that they've kept in their hands. A very good morning to you, Frank. Good morning again to all our listeners from around the globe. And I come back slightly back again to you in the studio.
Yes, listen, there's a very interesting story there. Let me say good morning to Frank. Good morning, Paul. I hope you are doing very well. Very great. Now, let's come straight to this artifact issue that's going on. I mean, go across the globe, I mean, especially the developed countries, and they have various artifacts from, name it, from either Gambia right out, you have all these things in there. Now, this, the art secretary,
Culture secretary.
The culture secretary said that, well, it's sharing. And then he was saying that when he was being asked the question as to whether he knew that it was illegally taken, that it was stolen. Okay? He said, well, if we want to bring the what do you call it, the laws or what was ruling at the time to this place, well, I mean, it's quite different to this modern time. So we see that, well, some things that were stolen and stuff like that, we have to forget about it. But he says that we want to share with the Nigerians. The question that I wanted to find out is, now, are they paying anything? Because when people go to the museums, they pay to go in there, to go and view. To then go in there, do they pay anything to Nigeria or to the community in Benin for people viewing those things?
Actually, what needs to be done is, in this case, I think a lot of wisdom needs to be applied. Like you rightly said, at the time of the stealing those artifacts, they can be considered as discovered. And at discovered them, we didn't have use of them, or we're not recognizing them the way they did. And they agree. Some of them, they bribed our people.
Yeah.
They gave them
National or something like that.
now today, I mean, people still visit our villages and they take away certain things that sometimes we do not ask permission, we do not think of the consequences of it. And if you look at the Europe led by the what they call it, Britain, they stole a lot from the world, in terms of artifacts and some of these monuments. How do we get our things back? There are two questions to that. I want to get them, but the question
That's it.
That is my question.
Yeah.
If these people have not stolen some of these things, kept them, preserved them in their museum, we will today, are we going to today be able to see some of it? Because some of them remain with us.
We've destroyed them.
We've destroyed them. So there are good issues that when we look at, we cannot underestimate the role they played in preserving them. Because you can't tell that 100% of our artifacts were stolen.
Some were bright, some were
Yeah.
sold.
And even they were stolen, what was our knowledge base when we made them again? And we destroyed this knowledge base. No. If you go to that woman to have them, the question is, what are we using for? Now we talk about Jane somewhere.
Somewhere in Victoria.
If you go to Nigeria to have similar things, what are they using it for? So we cannot underestimate the role they play in preserving, respecting some of these artifacts. Going forward, I think we can, if we can imagine that we are able to maintain, to be able to keep them like the way the Egyptians did at some of these wars came and they worship and other things, then I think we have a justification to be able to share with them. The other option is that you do something like the way the Japanese did or France. Yeah, the Japanese that to France who also want to exhibit this in the museum. The Japanese took it when they got there. When it was time for tribute, they said they will not return it. That it has come to this traditional home. Now if they so if you borrow this and that, so prove the way you got it in the first place. So that's another way we can. But it's gonna be that. But the question, do we have the ability and capability to be able to? If not, again, wisdom will dictate that we start negotiation. If you keep them at a source and other thing, we should be getting something out of it. But the question is, what are we doing?
And let me ask you a question. I mean, with the various ones that are in Nigeria at the moment, how many people troop into the museums? I mean, to go and see, have a view of artifacts or some of this stuff. Because for all you know, people don't even have the time, don't have the money to go. But if it is here, you have people traveling from across the globe. They will go to Madame Tussauds, as you say, they go to the National Museum, the various places, and they see it. And they pay.
The argument is that if people can travel from all the way to Japan, Chinese come and look at that, but the knowledge is that, or the argument is that, well, if they're in Nigeria, they travel them to see the beach, you know where they are. Because when you arrive in this country, tall landing by the big bus, that takes you from one location to another. You don't have it. So it is not a question always having you need to have a complement of an environment that promotes tourism. So the artifacts by themselves cannot drive unless there are these people who are mad into art.
Who want to travel far to come and see.
They can only do that. But artifacts themselves and painting by themselves cannot do that. The complement of the environment. So you can build the nicest museum in Nigeria. If I'm going to Calabar and on the plane going or I'm going to Aba State and I'm being told how people have been dropped, and if I can tell the plane driver to stop,
you can take the parachute and fly. Okay. Tassino said something here. Said, we Africans are a big mess. Southerners, Cameroon is in serious problem, and there is no peace in Nigeria too. The question is, who is going to save us? Okay, that's a question that he's posed. I want people to think through it. But like Frank said, it will not be the artifact will not be an attraction there. It could be something that somebody came to see something else, and like come to see Nigeria as a whole, and then that would be a side effect. So maybe Nigerians will be better to say, let it be here. Because at least people are coming to Madame Tussauds, they come and see the statue of the Queen, and then they go in there and they see that there. So this is here. Or some of the what has the Nigerians themselves said about it?
Well, I mean, I might like to slightly disagree, with my producer there, Frank, in terms of whether we would have been able to keep some of those artifacts if they were with us. I mean, I was at opportune after leaving Nigeria for almost, a decade and a half when I first returned back home in 2015, and because I was so, excited, just like any other diaspora, I wanted to visit places, and that took me down to the Lagos Museum, which is in Onikan. But one thing I could tell you is, one item that I saw there that still was kept intact. I mean, the whole structure, the building, the environment was not to the kind of a standard I expected to see. I wanted it to be much more better, but like I said, corruption wise. But what I can tell you is some of those events that they've got in there with about 300 items on display and about 47,000 in store in the National Museum Lagos begs for the attention of it. But there's a particular vehicle that I saw there, and that was the vehicle, that was carrying, the late, Mohammed official's car in which he was assassinated. Then, the one of the, the president of the country then that was assassinated. So, in terms of, yes, do we have, the capacity to keep some of these items, or should we have just maybe loan it to UK or other countries, and then we can get a bit of percentage on it. But in terms of these culture secretaries saying, in particular, it's better for them to keep it here on our behalf, whereas on the other side, a lot of people might not even have opportunity to travel down to UK because they're not going to be getting a visa to come down here to come and say what belongs to them. Yes, in terms of the culture or the trading that we thought could have been used to continuity of some of those things, like I said, probably are still there and some are not there. But like I said, when I visited that museum, I was kind of like, yes, that was when the former head of state, General Muritala Mohammed, was assassinated. That vehicle he was in is still well kept intact at the Lagos Museum.
Okay. I say actually, the other thing I think what I love is the argument being made by the culture secretary that it's better than keeping it back here is not wholly correct. I mean, the fact is that it's not wholly correct. Um, the mass go beyond that to find out if Nigerian citizens, African citizens, also want to see what their great grandfathers did. How do they, are you going to do a specific visa for them to come and see, or there will be a period when in this month they are displaying it over here, in this month, probably a 3 months period, like the way the French, the Japanese did. I mean, we display it in Lagos, they will display it in Kano State. I mean, those arrangements can be put in place. But you see, the questions we ask and the issues I'm raising over here is something that the policy makers need to start thinking about. That look, we have these goals. I call them goals because they are resources, right? They are resources. We have these goals over there, these nuggets over there that can generate us money. Look at London economy. Look at how much even gift cards.
Yeah, tourism. I mean,
Tourism.
what
Big bank, big bank. Yeah. The amount of money given. I give it to the people. They are one of the most craftiest marketeers globally. It creates a global impression that London is urban. Or UK, when you come to UK, the next place is called. Right? There's one. And they make it look like until you come to London, it's not the place.
everywhere.
So they are marketing this. I know that. But let me give you another question. How will that be? You see, the house Nkrumah used to occupy when when he stayed over here, that apartment or that house has been bought by Heritage,
Yeah.
and it is a tourist attraction now. It doesn't matter how much you have, you cannot allow this. It's a preserved or it's part of the World Heritage site that you cannot say, okay, I have 20 million, I want to buy this 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom. You cannot. It's now a heritage site. I ask you, this is where he lived for few years when he was in Israel. When
and what the mausoleum. That's what we
What
do.
does that mean? I getting it. So my issue is that look, I do not agree that it's a really bad, but we should start looking back and see what we still have over there, what we've done with it. Can we create a necessary environment that we can? But even how many people have traveled from Lagos or the south to go and see Ahmad Bello, some of those heroic fighting, whose sides in the north? We all have historical places that we can talk about. How many Africans have been proud enough to move from Nigeria, Ghana, to want to go and see the location of the best university? We haven't, right? Because when they introduced this, people were banning the Ghana. The first question I asked is, how many countries in Africa operate direct flights? To Guinea. Oh, are you getting me? So we do have a lot of resources over there. What are we doing? We're not creating the environment that will allow some of these to earn us. I mean, the kind of money. Look at the number of people who steal on bus, the drivers, the mechanic, and those who you don't talk about this London Bridge. I sat on one. I did.
I said of one. Scotland. That was.
It's funny. See, all of you see, when you go to Bar, when the Romans came, the Romans headquarters was in Bar. But that was like the Romans capital city. Now, you see, the Romans have this medicinal, but they were using springs to Bar. So when you go to Bar, you have reserved a certain location where hot spring. I don't know whether these were pumping hot water. But you get there and you can feel the spring coming, the hot water still coming. You know how much they make over there. Just water coming. This is where the Romans were having their bathroom. This is where they were having
Wow. I think Africa, we've got a long way to go. But hey, it's not ready to bring you everything. You hold your hand there. What about that? Prince, I never enjoy Israel, Benny. He says, good afternoon to you, Starr in UK. This is good afternoon to you, Prince. I hope you're doing very, very well. But let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds. So let's go back to Mr. Olayemi Koiki. Over to you, Johnny.
Yes, sir. Let's go straight to some of those other headlines. House wants a jeep to contain oil spill in Niger Delta. That is coming from the headline this morning. Environmental expert explore blue-green initiative for urban flood resiliency. Governors in Wobodo and other wins award. Also, Nigeria committed to food security, Buhari tells the world leaders. Ogun judiciary workers call off strike. OPEC higher natural gas prices will have marginal impact on oil. Ondo State University imposes rustication as punishment for indecent dressing. I don't know what it means by indecent dressing, but let's look into that story a little bit further. It's exactly 11:39, your Friday morning show as we are going into the weekend. Ondo State University of Science and Technology Management owned and is a state-owned Adekunle Ajasin University has imposed rustication as a penalty for indecent dressing by the student of the institution. In a circular to the student that was signed by the school registrar Olugbenga Arajulu and obtained with the reference number dated September 7, 2021, the management of the institution lamented the high rate of indecent dressing among the students, which was almost becoming a standard among the campus. The statement read, after thoroughly deliberation on the issue, the Senate, in its wisdom, decided that the penalty for indecent dressing shall henceforth be rustication for the month semester effective from August 25, 2021. For clarity of purpose, indecent dressing includes not but limited to wearing of skimpy skirts, blouses, leaving the cleavage open by female students, and wearing of braids or dreadlocks, earring, nose rings, tattered jeans, sagan, among others by some male students. Any student of Adekunle Ajasin University who violates the above Senate decision on indecent dressing is deemed to have committed misconduct, and he or she shall be sanctioned accordingly.
Okay, okay. Well, wait. Let me know. What has been the reaction from the public? Yeah.
Well, like I said, definitely now that this has come to the public light, we wouldn't have known what has happened within the university, but now that it's come to the public light, I'm telling you, a lot of Nigerians will be like, wow, not again.
Actually, I'm worried. There was a time, there was a point in time, I don't know whether it was Nigeria or Ghana, that universities were trying to introduce uniform. Yeah. So, no, no, what do they think of? I mean, student, look, actually, there was a section over there that focused. We're talking of people with dreadlocks. People with dreadlocks. Are we not thinking that people with dreadlocks have the right to be Rastafarian just as we have the right to be Christians? Of course. They have the right to be Muslims. Yeah. Are they not thinking?
And I have a right to be a traditional one because that was exactly what DSS was presenting. One of the outfits, picked up during the invasion at Chief Sunday Igboho's house, which is his traditional outfit.
Actually, it doesn't make sense. Look, we saw it happen in Ghana at the secondary level. And actually, let me cross over to Ghana now briefly on that issue. It has emerged that one of those Rastafarians, one of those Rasta boys, taught his class in maths and science. And guess what has happened? The head mistress, the governing body of that school, has stopped and warned the teachers not to release the rest of the results to the world. This is the case. The guy immediately started school early because of what happened. When examination was done, I didn't let him pass. I know what people even call us people rank for it. So to talk of someone copying elective mass, this is a brilliant boy. Yeah. We are thinking of punishing this boy just because of threats. Are we out of our minds? No, when now the Israel has gone to the point, including, with the governing body that, yes, you've taken the exams, but we're not going to release your results to you. What kind of society?
There is something wrong with us. Well, we try to get big hopes, and we think inside is supposed to be. So we don't want to think outside the box. So the white man came and told us that our Rasta was bad, and that's what we are having. And then we also now come in and champion the same cause.
No. I think that if Nigerian students accept this, there will be no judgment for anyone for anything that is happening. Because this is a microcosm of what the authorities in Azaron or whatever they post things on that. If the student body, our future leaders, I would like to hear from the student union. This should not start from one university and stop over there. The student union must come out strongly. The religion, the Rastafarian society, because they specifically mentioned in that sentence, which is wrong. I am not the one who went to it. You see, this is what we've done now. It's like our friends are being pushed to reach to some extent. Don't know whether we or not. Look at how this Ghana and Nigeria. Look at the weather. Look at the kind of uniform that they wear. Heat, and we know science tells us that black absorbs heat. Now you see some of these our prisons, if they give them, they cannot wear the uniform.
That's a good morning to Tina Latte and Dave West. Thank you very much for joining us. It's sad, but that particular state, it's Ogun State.
No, well, no, it's not. It's not Ogun State. It's right inside of Southwest, but in Ondo State.
Ondo State. Is it an Islamic state? Is it a Christian state? What is it?
Well, it's not at all. It's even got nothing to do with that because Ondo State is more of a we kind of call it a circular where we have both the Christian, the Muslim, and the traditionalists as well. And it's one of the states that has the highest bitumen as well in the world.
Interest. Actually, I'm shocked that university professors who are being educated taxpayers' money and are being paid monthly taxpayers' money will not think of anything. They cannot control their own sexual desires, and therefore, when you think that they are working great, are working great, and then they now. I do not mean that people should be dressing. No. But to the point of hoping in Rasta, red, it is not context. Now, when you are a test site institution, it's a place where people are now meant to, I know themselves and say, like, this is what I want to do. So you don't have to think. Most of these ladies that we see outside, most of them, I don't see that provocative, right? Why should a young man wear play football or come before the short, wear their short, like a lady cannot expose their legs? Why don't you turn your eyes up? See the way that lycra. Leave the rest. What about? I'm going to say Africans have lost their heritage. We need to go back to our roots. Oh, Africa. These are some of these professors that will sit back and clap for Beyonce. Oh, yeah. No, she's a very well. Oh, wow. You know what to be asking them? Hey, person is part of it. Of course. So you tell. And you find out about education. If people are in some of these mindsets, how can we progress? I can't see far. Well, listen, it is not ready, you get 11:47 the time. We know well you are enjoying the show, and we also enjoy it as well. Send your comments through as others are doing. So, let me say, thank you very much to each of you who have put in the comments. But let's go back to this online before again. I think Jibril, he's laughing, and I'm actually laughing and crying. This is serious. This is serious. It's very, very serious. Very, very serious. Okay, let's go to Yomi. What else do you have for us, sir?
3 months still in the hands of the DSS. One of the 2 out of the 12 individuals that were removed, forcefully, from the house of Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igbowo on the 1st of July. 2 of them are still being kept by the DSS, and that is, a lady known as Lady K and Ife Oluwa, and we also have Jamil Noah, also known as Oladele, have been left by the DSS that have refused to obey, the court bill. In as much as that was going on, the DSS has to also put out another charges on them, which was the terrorism charges. But I can confirm that the federal government, as at the time that Femi Adesina in New York was asked whether we will find out the names of those that are sponsoring Boko Haram, he says the government is not yet ready to release those names. And these are part of the question that led to so many people that believe that the nepotism that is going on within the system and the demanding to opt out. I mean, when we look at the lady among the last 2 that is kept there, she's not in a very good position at the moment, and she's not been given a very good medical attention. So when we now go back to part of what, because this wants to take me back slightly back to the question that Buhari will be putting out to his conversation later on today at the United Nations General Assembly during some of his team, that he was talking about I just want to bring that up. He was talking about respect the right of the people. I mean, this is a government that have not respect most Nigerians in the first place, but he's going out there to the 76th National General Assembly and talking about respect the right of the people. I mean, this is a young woman that has decided that using her social media is the only way she can communicate and pass messages to so many Nigerians, in as much as the government might not prefer that. But again, the reason why they've captured her and taken her now and label her as a terrorist, as against the real terrorists that are still operating with impunity in Nigeria as we speak today. So that is also coming out of that. And then we go straight to part of the headline on the social media, and I come back again. When we look at what is trending on the social media, let's first look at what one of the one of our real commentator on social media have put out, and he says the way DSS and the EFCC are breaking into people's home is not different from banditry. Also, Femi Adesina said Buhari is going to teach the world leader how to run economy of a country. So how come Buhari is begging the Queen of Netherlands, for money to develop Nigeria? So let's look at some of the other, what is trending, and then we'll say very good morning to those of you that are still watching us as well. Buhari is trending because we do know that today is going to be the day that he will be delivering his speech. I will be transmitting that, and then on Monday I'll be giving some of the reactions as well. But still, a lot of Nigerians at home, I've been reading some of the comments, are still very, very shocked, to find out that dollar that is quite up to about $550 to a naira. This morning, as I speak to you, is 780 naira to a pound. I'm sure just before December, we might be talking about 1,000, to a naira as well. But a lot of Nigerians are asking, why dish out $50 when we have so many Nigerians that are so in need of that as well? Also on Twitter, the Nigeria Attorney General Malami released over 300 powerful Boko Haram sponsor after collecting bribe. That is coming, as well. And I'll take the last one, then come back again to you in the studio. It is still your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. According to at Aye Mojuba on Twitter, this is the interview of the best when somebody carrying the placard, Nigerian Christians are not target of genocide, but he said, I am not Nigeria. I was paid to do this.
Well, we know we're going to get lots of revelations from that one, but like Frank said, that we know that you spend a lot of time. But let me just read a comment by Adeni Adejibril saying, Yoruba, hashtag Yoruba Nation now, no going back. When a country decides that people, the list that international organizations are giving about list of people who are terrorists, they say, no, that one cannot be released. Somebody who is doing, like we have seen here, criticize what you are doing. They say, no, that one is a terrorist. Then where is our brain? As man said, maybe I need to get my own kind of aging agent and then maybe put it in their heads and maybe some way, somehow, one day, come it up. Yesterday, when we're talking about some of these protesters, I sent you the video. Yeah. That video, there was a man who actually was in that support group. I don't know if you know him. His name is Dr. Champon. Dr. Chapo happens to be, he used to, when they were in opposition, he was actually the personal doctor to the president. Okay. The first time when the president came, he was the one who was appointed chairman of the board in charge of the drugs under the president. And he has his clinic practice in the well-respected man. But he was also in that championing what they call to support the use of $1 million to hire people. Anyway, our brain.
Thank you very much. We'll be back again on Monday. But do not touch the dial. You still have Frank and Archie to take you through the last part of the segment that I'll be listening to as well carefully. It is thank God it's Friday. Be careful out there, especially those of you that will be driving from one end to the other. Don't drink and drive. Star Radio UK. Bye for now.
Bye. Okay, let me acknowledge.
Well, thank you very much. Those of you that have joined us. A long day as usual. It's your guy, Mr. Koiki. I'd like to appreciate every single one of you that have been with us. It's a 419 government. Let me go and refresh, and then later on we'll come back and discuss the issue. I'll be ready before Baba Gossip will be live. So let me just go and do a bit of more refresh and then come back. Thank you very much, those of you on Instagram this morning, those of you on Twitter, those of you that are listening to us. I can read all your comments. Free Lady K, free Oladele. Thank you very much, every one of you on YouTube. remember to also continue to demand the release of those two individuals because they are not criminal. The real criminal is President Muhammadu Buhari, Tinubu, and all those 419 under the APC government. My name is Olami Koiki. Have a very good afternoon. Bye for now. For my government. End Nigeria now. Save lives.